welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another speed build. Today we are building in Sulani. We are doing a tropical resort getaway type of build, so it's not really an apartment. You can make it into an apartment. The only thing that it's missing is a stove. I did add a grill outside in like the sitting area outside, but if you would like to add a stove, you can go ahead and add a stove and maybe use it like as a tiny home. But yeah, I was really inspired to do a build in Sulani. I haven't built here before, so I was really excited, and I was looking at a couple of pictures on Pinterest just to get my creative juices flowing, and I found one that inspired me. I mean, this looks nothing like it, but it kind of like got my creative juices flowing. So I just started building, and I was like, it's not coming out like how the picture looks, which was completely fine. But yeah, so I was thinking this is kind of, like a resort where they have like several of these placed throughout the island, and each one is rented out to like a couple. It's mostly like a honeymoon getaway type of thing. So I thought it was really cute, and I don't know, maybe you could place a couple of these throughout like your save file if you want, and have it be like, more of a resort type of place. But yeah, here I'm just I'm placing some floaties outside. So for some reason I was struggling to place one of the floaties down. It kept floating up to like where the foundation is at on the house. So I don't know what was up with that. I edited out that part where I was struggling for a good while and trying to place it on the water level, not on the foundation level. So yeah, so I was just trying to figure out what looked nice, and I was doing this little seating area outside. Maybe the couple, they're having a nice little glass of champagne or some wine, and they're just sitting out here, enjoying the sunset by the water. I don't even know if you could see the sunset on this side of the world, but I like to pretend. So I'm just placing some plants on the side. I do end up changing that area where the plants are at. But yeah, I think towards the end I didn't record changing the colors of some things inside the build. So throughout this speed build you won't see me change the colors, but in the screenshots you will see the color differences. I don't change any of the furniture, I just change the colors of some furniture. I feel like the ones that I had chose didn't really work so well. So yeah, so I'm just placing these little fairy lights outside. I thought it'd be really cute if they're sitting outside. Once the sun sets, they can turn on these little fairy lights and enjoy their time outside in the nice weather. Maybe even go for like a nighttime swim. And I do end up placing this little shower area outside, so if they're like, have sand all over them after swimming in the ocean, they could just climb on up there and rinse off before they go inside and have like a full shower. I don't end up placing a shower inside in the bathroom. I just place a bathtub, but obviously they can just use that as a regular shower. But I was thinking, like in real life, some or I think most beach houses, well, from what I've seen so far, they have like a little shower area outside where you could just like rinse off from being in the ocean or in the pool. So yeah, I'm just placing this little table with some towels, and I put some, I don't know what you want to call that, maybe not self-tanner, like tanning lotion, I think it's called, or like some sunscreen, whatever you want to call it. I do place these lights outside. I really like them, but later on in the build, I make it turn to nighttime, so I could see how the lights look. I wanted it to not be too bright. I wanted it to be kind of dimmed down and romantic, so I do end up taking some lights out. If it's too dark for you guys can obviously go ahead and add some lights in there. That was just, my mindset on how I wanted it to look in the nighttime. I think during the day it's pretty well lit inside. I'm not quite sure. I don't even know if I checked. But like I said, if it's too dim or too dark in there for you guys, you can go ahead and add some lighting in there. So there is no room inside for a dining table. So I do place one outside where I have these chairs. I end up switching the chairs to put on the other side of that patio area, and I put a little table, a sitting area, table area, whatever you want to call it. I place one there with two chairs. And then I placed these little plants outside. I don't know if like plants like this could grow in a tropical area. Probably can. But I placed these around like the side of the deck where you can't really walk through. So yeah, I just placed some plants around the area, just make it look a little bit more tropical and natural. So yeah, here I'm just placing these little planters. I didn't know what else to put there. I don't think the Sims can walk through there. Um, but yeah, I hope they don't get stuck there. You know what was weird? That, what do you call it? That farmhouse, modern farmhouse build I did. There was like a little square area behind like the staircase that was closed off. And in my personal save file, I had my Sims move into that house because they outgrew the other house that they were living in. And I was like, oh, I haven't got to play in that house yet, so I'm going to place them in that house. So I placed them in that house, and somehow my girl Sim, my mom Sim, whatever you want to call her, she got stuck there in that little square. Somehow she got stuck in there, so I had to like delete one of the walls so she can get out. I have no idea how the heck that happened. I don't know if like it was a glitch of her like falling through the stairs or something. I don't know what happened, but I thought it was so weird. I've never seen that happen before. Let me know if it's happened to you guys before. But yeah, so back to the build. I'm just doing the bathroom here. There's a little bathtub I place, and the tile I do end up changing because I realized later on that you could switch like the way the tile is facing so that there's an actual full square of like the design in the bathroom instead of it being cut off like that. And I kind of struggled here a little bit to pick what kind of door to put, so I didn't know what door that I had kind of went with the theme. And I went with this one. I thought it kind of went. If you guys don't like it, you can change it. But I thought it went pretty good with the type of builds that I was doing. And here I'm just adding some of the curtains that we got with Island Living. I thought they were really cute. I just couldn't figure out which one fits that middle window pretty good. We have the ones I place on the outer windows. They don't give us a wider one to place on the bigger window. So that's unfortunate. Here I'm just picking out the bed. I thought it would be really cute to place right here by the sliding doors so that when the Sims are sleeping at night, you know, they're cuddling in bed, they can look out the window and see the ocean or the sunset or whatever at night. And I thought it would be really cute and romantic. And here I'm just placing like a little a dresser, or what do you call it? Yeah, it's a dresser. I don't know what you guys call it. Just like, you know, if they're here, they're on vacation, they could place their clothes in there or not. They could just use it, the surface area of the table. I don't know if you guys do that, but when I've stayed in a hotel, we don't use like the closet or dresser that they provide. I just usually just leave my stuff in the suitcase. I mean, maybe if you stay there long enough, you might end up using the dresser, but yeah, anyways, I ended up moving the bed around. I didn't know how to center it, so I didn't know if I wanted to center it to the door or if I wanted to center it with the divider. So I do end up centering it to the divider. I got these dividers, they obviously came with Island Living. I thought adding a little bit of separation would be cute, especially because the front area has a lot of windows that people that are walking right there could look in, and that gives them a little bit of more privacy because the windows are pretty open. And I think the front door, you can see through it. I don't know if the way the slats are facing, they might not be able to see inside, but I don't know, it doesn't really matter. But here I'm just doing the little sitting area. I didn't know what kind of sofas to put. I ended up putting these. I think I changed the color, but I do end up changing it back to that black and white color. In the screenshots, I'm just placing the sitting area, and I place like a little TV so they can watch a movie together, or you know, watch the news in the morning or whatever. And yeah, and then here is the kitchen area. Well, it's like a little kitchenette, I guess you would call it. So there's a full sink. I put one of the mini fridges and a microwave on top, and then I don't place a stove. My daughter was watching me build, and she was like, "You forgot to put a stove," and I was like, "Oh, I did." So I was like, "Well, I mean, you don't really have a stove in like a tropical getaway type of place." Well, I don't think you do, but I do end up placing a grill outside so they can grill on that. But yeah, I found this little bowl that I thought was really cute. I don't think I've used it before. Not that I remember. I think you could make like a specific dish with it, or maybe it's just a decorative item. I don't know. Um, I ended up placing two of those. I put one on that's placed on the counter, and then I put another one like on top of it. I raised it up so it looks like the bowls are stacked. Yeah, and I found this little shelf area or shelf unit thing that has like some coffee pots in there and like some dishes in there. I've never seen that before, and I found it. I thought it was so cute to place there. You know, have some extra dishes for them to use. Maybe they want to make some coffee. They could take the little coffee pot and like heat up the water outside on the stove area. I mean, on the grill area. So yeah, and I placed that little bowl with the fruits. I thought that would be a cute little addition, like maybe like the tropical resort owners add some little pastries and some fruits for the people that are staying in the little house resort area to have something to munch on, some fruit and some pastries. And I do add the knife block in there, and I shrink it down so that, I don't know, it kind of makes sense to me that they would have like smaller knives to cut fruit, you know, like to cut the pineapple, and maybe they want to chop up the apples, make like a little fruit bowl. And here I'm just adding some little towels outside. I do end up changing this area around a little bit later on. I probably should have added those lounge chairs, those ones that just popped out right now. I probably should have added some of those where the towels were at, just to make it feel a little bit more luxurious. But I thought of it, but I didn't do it. So you guys can go ahead and change it out if you want, or leave the towels. I don't know if they can suntan on the lounge chairs. I think that was my thought process. Like maybe they want to get like a nice tan while they're out on this vacation, so they could lay out on the towels and get a nice tan. But yeah, I don't know if they could do that on the lounge chairs. So here I'm just working on the outside. I didn't know where to place the trash can. I was trying to figure out somewhere where it wasn't that obvious. So I ended up placing it like behind one of the trees so you can't really see it. I placed a little swing set. I thought that was really cute and playful and romantic for them to, you know, push each other outside while they're enjoying the sun or at nighttime. And I placed a little bucket for water balloons, I think it is, so they can enjoy that too. But yeah, here I'm switching out the lights to make it look a little bit more dimmed down and romantic. I don't know why I consider dimmed down lights to be more romantic. But yeah, we're getting close to the end of this build. Hopefully this voiceover is long enough. If it's not, then I'll go ahead and add some music. But I hope you guys enjoyed this build, and let me know what you guys think, and if you guys use this build, if you enjoyed it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please give it a like, and if you want to see more of my speed builds or any of my other videos, please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.
It's all the same, like some things never change. I couldn't stop and say no. It's all the same, but you won't take the blame, even when you are blowing up. Oh my, you're my broken love. Nobody's gonna save her now. Oh my, you're my